From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. We are almost to the weekend, and once again we're seeing the return of some patchy areas of very dense fog. Could see that for tomorrow morning as well. Forecast staying abnormally dry over the next 7 days, and high temperatures staying abnormally mild up into the 40s and 50s. Here's a current look at the fog, and you see it now is starting to get into the Tri-Cities, the thickest stuff down towards Hermiston, but also the Kittitas Valley. Looks like this is trying to get into the Yakima Valley, and some especially dense fog up in the foothills of the mountains of Kittitas County. So let's go ahead and look at temperatures. Thankfully, the bulk of this is not freezing fog, as temperatures well above freezing, but it's still chilly out there. 38 for the Tri-Cities, 40 for Walla Walla, 37 in the Yakima Valley. First Alert radar showing you some very light stuff out there for this morning, but most of us are indeed dry. But we could see some showers returning a little bit later in the day. Here's your umbrella cast for this Friday for the Tri-Cities, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's going to be our best time frame of seeing a very low end chance of some showers. So for today, mostly dry. We'll have high temperatures getting up into the 40s and 50s, and we'll continue to keep it mostly dry for the next 7 days. I'll tell you why that's the case coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, we have an update on proposed group home for registered sex offenders in Kennewick. The manager previously saying the sheriff shut down the idea of opening it in Findlay, but now we're learning that's not completely true. We have what the Benton County Sheriff is saying this morning.
And students at several Tri-Cities high schools are planning on walking out of class today to protest the recent ICE movements. And we have the details straight ahead.
Also coming up, Senate leaders scrambling to avoid a government shutdown just ahead of a midnight deadline. We have the latest developments all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Friday, January 30th, just one day left of the longest month.
Yeah, it's been 87 days long.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it always feels like that every single year.
It does, I know. But now we've made it to the end of the week, almost
Friday.
the end of the month.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it.
And we do want to get into your top stories, and we're starting off with continuing coverage on the proposed Level 3 sex offender home set to open in Kennewick. It continues to draw pushback from residents.
So the home's operator, Joe Fields, has previously said that he tried to open the home in a rural Findlay location, but he said that didn't work, claiming the Benton County Sheriff's Office told them it wasn't an option. Well, Sheriff Mike Clark is speaking out now, saying that that's not completely accurate. He says that his office doesn't have the power to block where the home goes.
Just like anything else, somebody can make a comment or say something, and it can be taken any number of ways. And I can understand the community there that may hear that, oh, well, they had a house out in Findlay, but now they're here. And so it's the sheriff's office's fault. It's the county's fault. And you know that wasn't quite the scenario there, but I understand how that conclusion could be drawn very quickly, because rest assured, if it was that simple for me, within the confines of Benton County, period, we would have just waved that wand.
And Clark says it's likely the Findlay property didn't meet resource requirements, but he clarified that it was not from law enforcement objections. He also adds that any changes would have to come from lawmakers.
Looking ahead today, we're learning that students from at least 5 Tri-Cities high schools are planning on walking out of class this morning, all to protest the actions of ICE. Students at Kamiakin High School here in Kennewick were among the first to organize the protest after they say they got inspiration from last week's walkouts at Pasco and Delta high schools. Well, organizers from Kamiakin say they plan to meet at the corner of Medline and Edison at noon before marching to Clearwater Avenue to get their message out.
I'll talk to my parents about politics, and they say, well, what are you doing about it? And
That caught me off guard too. There was a little bit of a technical difficulty with that sound. We'll get that fixed and get that to you. But these protests are also organized not just by students at Kamiakin, but also students at Richland, Hanford, Kennewick, and Southridge. The supporters of ICE, they say they believe the agency is helping keep the community safe and arresting criminals.
6:03, and now to a crime alert. A Pasco man is under arrest after a police standoff yesterday morning. This happened at the Tri-Cities Vista Apartments. Pasco police say they arrived at the apartment complex around 11 a.m. and this was after getting a report that a suspect in a recent domestic violence case had entered the area. Virgie Robinson Elementary School was placed in a secure and teach mode, and officers say the suspect wouldn't come out at first, which led them to deploy a drone and canine units. By 12:30 p.m., the man surrendered surrendered and the school lifted its secure and teach order.
6:04, taking you to Yakima now, where the Triumph Treatment Center is launching a new all-women's substance abuse facility.
It's called Inspirations, and officials say it'll provide a unique model of care, one that'll meet people wherever they're at in their recovery journey. This holistic integrated care system will open up 16 to 34 beds for intensive substance abuse patients.
Officials say its doors will be open to any woman in the state. They also say that this facility was strategically planned out
to incorporate medical care into the concept of holistic care. So in addition to receiving mental health and SUD services, we're providing on-site medical care through the addition of a medical suite that was created on-site, so that our women will be able to remain in services on-site and get their basic medical care needs met as well.
In the future, the facility hopes to expand to 48 beds when the time is right.
Now, officials also say they still have some final touches to add to the facility, and they will begin taking in patients by March 2nd.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Senate leaders are scrambling this morning to avoid a government shutdown as the deadline to pass funding measures looms overhead. And we have the latest developments coming up in your national news.
And giving you a live look outside this morning from right here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. Starting to see a little bit of that mist and haze, some wet roadways as you head out the door this morning. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert is going to break it all down for you after the break.
Join your Tri-City Americans for Pink Ice Night, Saturday, February 7th at the Toyota Center. The puck drops at 6:05 as the Americans play on pink-colored ice in support of the fight against breast cancer. Special Pink Ice jerseys and exclusive merchandise will be available. That's Pink Ice Night, Saturday, February 7th. Don't miss a meaningful night of hockey.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts and Shelby's Floral proudly awards Alexis a new bicycle for being a community role model.
Every child deserves a bike. We love to support our community, especially our youth.
For more, click on Bikes for Tykes at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Okay, bye.
I met a cute poodle outside.
Oh, really?
She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free. That can't be true.
Sure it is. When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free.
Free?
Yeah. You don't pay us a penny unless we win for you.
That's doggone crazy.
Hello? Yeah, sure. That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2025 Ford Bronco Sport goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Get a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend 4x4 for under $30,000, plus a 2-year premium maintenance plan, only at your local Ford dealer.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota. Toyota has 25 all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles, more than any other brand. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now are sponsored by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Many areas starting to see fog developing. Some areas have been socked in with fog all morning long. So let's go ahead and take a look at current fog. And it looks as if now this is actually starting to make its way over into the foothills. Previously, we thought that this was mostly going to stay confined to the basin and valleys, but fog just kind of has a mind of its own sometimes. So now for Pendleton down towards Cabbage Hill. So just imagine this does not say good here. And we are anticipating that most of the fog should lift around 12 p.m. could return after 10 p.m. And then it looks like for tomorrow, it could be in the same locations, Pendleton, Hermiston, Tri-City, Sunnyside, all the way up to Ellensburg, lasting until about lunchtime. So let's take it back to today. Here is your day planner forecast for this Friday for the Yakima Valley. We'll have high temperatures getting into the mid-50s, low-end chances for showers throughout the day, pretty light winds. And so for today, let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in the Cascades. Rain here looking likely. We're going to be up into the 30s and 40s. And then for the Kittitas Valley, we'll be in the mid-40s. Low-end chances of rainfall, kind of the same thing for the Yakima Valley, for the Lower Columbia Basin, and for the foothills. High temperatures today for the valley going to be in the mid-40s to even perhaps some low 50s. We'll be in the same range for the Lower Columbia Basin as well. Then for the Blue Foothills, a little bit breezy here. Gusts out of the south anywhere between 15 to 20 miles per hour. Pilot Rock could be close to 60 degrees with some of that compressional warming. And then for the Blue Mountains, up into the 40s and 50s. Unfortunately, our rain chance is going to stay very limited over the next 7 days. I'll tell you why that's the case coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 2 minutes after 6 now in your national headlines. Senate leaders are scrambling to avoid a government shutdown ahead of a midnight deadline to pass funding measures. CNN's Reed Binion has the story.
We're working on that right now. I think we're getting close.
President Donald Trump expressing hope for a government funding deal ahead of the Friday deadline to avert a shutdown. Senate leaders reached a deal to fund critical agencies through September, but the agreement only provides temporary funding for the Department of Homeland Security, which includes Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Instead, funding DHS for 2 weeks while the parties debate broader reforms for ICE.
We need to rein in ICE and end the violence.
Democrats want DHS funding to come with changes to ICE tactics, including tightening the use of warrants, ending roving patrols, making ICE agents remove masks and wear body cameras, and enforcing a code of conduct comparable to force policies for state and local law enforcement. Even if the Senate votes Friday, final passage could be delayed till Monday, when the House of Representatives returns from recess. That makes a partial government shutdown likely this weekend, less than 3 months after the end of a record-long full shutdown. Several agencies have already been fully funded for the rest of the year, so this shutdown would look different. For example, there wouldn't be a risk of tens of millions of people losing SNAP benefits, but it could have an impact on air travel, and federal workers could miss paychecks. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are hoping that won't happen.
There's a lot of earnest work going on in a bipartisan way to try to avert a shutdown.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Something, of course, we're keeping a close eye on and we'll keep you updated on. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, giving you a live look outside this morning from right here at our Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. When we come back, we will check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth, who's going to have your full first alert forecast, let you know what you can expect not only as you head out the door this morning, but what you can expect for your weekend as well.
When I made my Botox Cosmetic appointment, I was nervous that I might look overdone. I wanted results that looked like me. What was important to me was that I still look like me, just with fewer lines. I'm happy with my results.
So happy that my results are natural looking. Booking a consultation, it's a way to take time for you.
Botox Cosmetic effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, or swelling. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
I'm the one and only Delphina.
I'm the one and only Olivia. And I'm the one and only Claire. And I got treated with the one and only Botox Cosmetic.
Find a licensed Botox Cosmetic specialist at BotoxCosmetic.com.
I'ma tell you what I mean. 1, 2, 3.
When you have a Medicare partner you trust, life gets lighter.
HealthSpring?
You know it. Put a spring in your step. HealthSpring.
Brace your taste buds. Don't miss out on the new DQ $6.99 Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket. A spicy, bold heat, served with a side of our cool, sweet DQ soft serve as a dip. All for just $6.99. Plus, try a sweet, spicy sip of lemonade made with tahini. It's the new Spicy menu for a limited time, only at DQ.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal.
He scores!
Every save.
What a stop!
Every game.
That's hockey, baby!
Watch us defend the deep.
Kraken Knights. Coverage begins at 7 Saturday on My Network TV.
Friday, it's Live's Viewers' Choice Awards. The best of the best of 2025. Chosen by you, including the reveal of your favorite moment of the year.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Saturday primetime, Mavericks, Rockets on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are going to continue to be unusually dry for this time of the year over the next 7 days, and it is because of these blue spinning H's that seem very far removed from the Pacific Northwest, but these are influencing our weather. These are areas of high pressure, and as I've said now for the past month or so, high pressure acts to shield us from active weather, and so that's why the rain chances that we are going to see over the next 7 days aren't going to be that impressive at all. And I think a perfect example of that is First Alert Radar as we speak, as you're just not seeing much at all out there for the time being. But we could see some showers as we head a little bit later in today. Let's put this into motion with Futurecast Radar. This is around lunchtime. Pretty light stuff on the map. That could continue around dinner time, but then into the evening, looks like we're going to be pretty dry. Perhaps another round of some very light showers into early on Saturday morning. But look at this. Maybe even getting a decent amount of sunshine for some microclimates on Saturday, a fairly dry day, but then into Sunday morning, here comes another round of precip that we'll have to deal with. It looks like the bulk of that is going to be up in the mountains. Lower elevations not going to see too much. In fact, for the Tri-Cities, personally, I'm keeping the forecast dry for Sunday and for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. So this is obviously not what we want to see around this time of the year. Speaking of abnormal patterns, yeah, it's abnormally mild for this time of the year as well. So for today, we'll end up in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, even seeing some 40s and 50s with some of those southerly winds for the Blue Mountains. And then for tonight, we're all going to drop down into the 30s and 40s, most of us above freezing. And high temperatures not really going to ebb or flow too much over the next 7 days. There will be a jump up in temperatures from Saturday to Sunday. We'll end up in the low to mid 50s in the Tri-Cities. That's going to place us at about 10 degrees warmer than normal. And then those overnight lows, no real big fluctuations when it comes to this, as we'll stay stuck between 33 to 35 for the Tri-Cities, but still that's about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal for late January, and now we're even talking about early February. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances today, then an abnormally dry and mild forecast to start February. For Yakima, we could see small rain chances come back for Sunday and Monday. Then for Ellensburg, the same thing that we're tracking in the Yakima Valley. Small shower chances today, then maybe more for Sunday and Monday. For Hermiston, maybe a shower or two for today, but then turning dry once again with highs mostly hovering around 50. And finally, for Walla Walla, the possibility of a few light showers Friday and Sunday, but an otherwise dry stretch over the next 7 days.
Now from our Dust Levels camera in Pasco. When we come back, we're talking entertainment headlines and give you a sneak peek at some of the upcoming Super Bowl ads.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus, get 60 months, no interest. The President's Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
So I think kindness and understanding are probably the two big ones that I try to bring to my dental practice. I see dental care evolving to be more of a holistic approach, looking at the whole body as opposed to just the mouth, just the teeth, looking at the person as a whole. I'm really excited to be a part of that because I feel like that's how we should be approaching all aspects of medicine. I work 2 days a week in here. The rest of the time, I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I feel like coming in here is my break for my kids. They're amazing, but this gives me a chance to have adult conversations with people and I guess flex a different muscle.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus, get 60 months, no interest. The President's Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, we're getting a sneak peek at some more of the commercials lined up for the Super Bowl,
including the one from Hellmann's featuring Andy Samberg and Elle Fanning. The lighthearted ad has Samberg portraying a character named Neil Diamond, who sings about mayonnaise to the tune of Sweet Caroline.
Okay.
Fanning said the ad is all about having fun and bringing everyone together.
Okay.
Love it.
And another one that's equally entertaining, Uber Eats. Oh, let's listen to this.
Oh, I could eat that every morning and twice on Sunday.
The whole sports at diner menu.
I know it, Double P. Check this out. Barry Sanders, right? Played for Detroit for 10 years. What color was his jersey?
Blue.
Making him a?
Blueberry.
Oh.
They're adorable.
I love them so much.
So this is Uber Eats. They're releasing their preview of their Super Bowl ad.
Oh, one, of course, including you see there. White Lotus actress, lovingly referred to as Double P by Matthew McConaughey.
Has anyone seen my Loras, ma'am? I love that line. It's in White Lotus.
And they were together. They were former actors together in Dazed and Confused. Co-star Matthew McConaughey there, both sitting poolside discussing whether or not football is merely a ploy to sell food.
It is.
And fans of football, food, and clever commercials can watch the big game, on Sunday, February 8th.
I'm excited to see more commercials.
I know. That makes me want more White Lotus.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
And more Parker Posey in it. Yeah, she needs to be in the next one. Just like they did with Jennifer Coolidge. Bring her back.
Bring her back.
Yeah.
Agreed. Have you dove into any of that yet?
I have not, but so...
we need to lock you in your apartment for like a week so you can catch up on all the goods.
We'll bring snacks and everything.
My understanding, though, it's mainly a new cast every season, but they bring some people back.
Correct.
One person, right? Oh no.
Well,
a
depending.
couple, actually, yeah.
It
The
depends.
Jennifer Coolidge storyline.
She she had a couple stories that kind of moved through
because everyone loved her so much.
But then in this last one, they brought back one of those original members.
Right. Yeah. So
you just never know.
So you want Double P to come back.
Yeah. Oh, all day long. Yeah. I want her to never leave, actually.
Yeah.
All right. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We're talking about making a difference. A new nonprofit in the area is looking to do just that by creating a shelter to help people experiencing homelessness. We're going to hear from the Tri-City Alliance for Unhoused, who's making all of this possible. That's coming up in your next half hour.
Life's better when you're under our roof, because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them and teaching the next generation.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota. Toyota has 25 all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles, more than any other brand. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Are you suffering with constant agonizing knee pain? Have you been told that you have arthritis or are bone on bone? Is knee pain making simple activities like walking stairs or kneeling impossible? If this sounds familiar, the next 60 seconds could change your life. Do not let knee pain control your life any longer. Our powerful program addresses the underlying causes of knee pain without masking symptoms. There is no use of drugs, injections, or surgery. Do not miss this opportunity. Call now to see if we can help. If you qualify for care, day one we will perform a trial treatment. Please listen carefully. You will know by the end of the first visit whether or not we can help you. Do not hesitate. Call now. You don't need to suffer any longer. Call right now to see if you qualify for our program that has transformed thousands of lives. Call before it's too late and take the first step towards the knee pain relief you deserve.
My husband and I had planned our dream home, and it was years in the making. I didn't want to just show up at any big box store. We wanted to sit down, and I want you to spend time with us. Like, this is a big investment. Our family spends so much time in our kitchen, and now that we're moved in, we are so pleased with our experience with Fred's, with the product line, and how it really aesthetically added value to our kitchen. Fred's Appliance over-delivered.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
A waterfall, a footbridge, and more. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for the 6:30 half hour of Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
How's the weekend looking? 50s, 48, 49?
Yeah, we're going to hover right around
snow.
there. I wish.
Sunshine?
I wish. Maybe one of these weekends, but yeah, it's going to be mostly dry. Some small shower chances, pretty mild. It looks like we will have to contend with some fog in the mornings, which is what we're already seeing for this morning. Let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. So patchy areas of fog for this morning, tomorrow morning. Wouldn't be too shocked if we saw that for Sunday mornings and some of the mornings after that as well. Mostly dry over the next 7 days. There will be a couple days where we'll have like some low end 10%, 20% chances for rain. High temperatures staying very mild, up in the 40s and 50s, and that is very mild for this time of the year. Okay, we're seeing a couple different areas of some fairly thick fog. One bullseye being in the Hermiston and Pendleton area. The other bullseye being up towards Snoqualmie Pass for Cle Elum and Ellensburg. Now the fog is filling in for the Yakima Valley and for the lower Columbia Basin as well. In these areas, take it slow, use the low beams. And thankfully, it looks like most of this probably isn't freezing fog, just given we're way above freezing this morning, but still chilly. 38 for the Tri-Cities, 37 for Sunnyside, and 36 in Ellensburg. First alert radar is showing you maybe a few sprinkles out there for this morning, but it's looking pretty dry. But we could see some rain chances coming back into the afternoon, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the Yakima Valley. Low end, 10% chances of some rainfall. So for today, low end chances for rain across the map for lower elevations. High is going to be in the 40s and 50s. And we'll continue to keep the forecast very dry. I'll talk about why. Also have an update on those climate numbers coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. We start this half hour of news by making a difference. A new nonprofit in the area is looking to create a low barrier shelter to help people experiencing homelessness.
Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with the Tri-City Alliance for the Unhoused about their efforts on making shelter a reality for those who need a place to stay.
The Tri-City Alliance for the Unhoused is a newly formed nonprofit with the goal of bringing a low-barrier shelter to the Tri-Cities for people experiencing chronic homelessness. A low-barrier shelter would have fewer requirements for entry. People would be allowed to access the facility even if they are under the influence of drugs or alcohol, though substances and weapons would not be permitted on site. Pets would also be allowed, as long as they are not disruptive. Organizers say the goal is to remove barriers that often keep people from seeking help, while still maintaining structure and safety. And they stress this would not be an encampment, but a managed facility designed to help people regain stability.
It's going to have a building with a sleeping center, and it's going to have individual huts like the one I'm standing in front of. And it will also have shower facilities and restrooms and places for people like storage bins where they can lock up their possessions so they don't have to worry about things being stolen.
Creek says the facility would include several outdoor Conestoga huts with the entire area fenced and monitored.
And preferably it would be a place away from schools, businesses, places of worship, and it would be in a location that had access to the bus routes so that people could go and obtain some of the services they need outside of the shelter.
Officials with the Alliance tell me that while they are still in the early stages of trying to locate a site, they tell me that they are open to all community support and collaboration with anybody who shares the same mission of serving the unhoused.
Talking to the city, we're talking to real estate agents who may know someone out there that might have land that they want to donate and give back to the community. We're talking to individuals with property that they may want to utilize, to do something beneficial for the community as well.
Snipes says the Alliance aims to be a resource that helps people get back on their feet, but he says conversations around homelessness often come with misconceptions.
You hear a lot of statements like, we don't want to be the next Portland, when it comes to homeless. We don't want to be the next Seattle when it comes to homeless. Tri-Cities has a very fortunate ability to get ahead of that curve. We can see the homelessness rate wrapping up with the climate of today's, financial climate, things like that. And we are trying to foresee some of the problems that may happen and address them at their roots.
The Tri-City Alliance for the Unhoused says the project is still in its early stages, but leaders say they remain committed to their mission of serving the community. In Richland, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And the Alliance says similar shelters already operate in the region.
And leaders believe that this model could reduce strain on emergency services while providing a safer, more stable option for people living unhoused in the Tri-Cities. 6:31 now, and local health officials are raising the alarm over a surge in unlicensed food vendors across Pasco and the Tri-Cities, saying this is no longer just a food issue, but a public health and safety concern. So Benton Franklin Health District leaders addressed Pasco City Council this week, reporting a 120% increase in complaints over the last 18 months tied to unlicensed food vendors. Officials say many of these pop-up operations are a part of an organized mobile network moving between cities and states. The governor's office estimates there are about 68 locations operating statewide, with some vendors generating $2,000 to $3,000 a day, all while bypassing permits, inspections, and taxes. Inspectors say food is often prepared in homes or vehicles, stored without refrigeration, handled without basic sanitation, conditions they say have never once met health code standards.
They're not paying taxes, they're not paying business licenses, labor taxes, they're not paying for health permits, they're not paying for equipment to keep their food under sanitary conditions.
Health officials say a Tri-Cities task force is now working to coordinate enforcement and education efforts ahead of an expected increase in vendors this spring, with the goal of protecting public health and supporting licensed local businesses. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, we're talking sports, taking you to Kamiakin High, where the school's boys track and field coach has received a Coach of the Year award. We have more on who he is and his accomplishments and his ties to the school, all when we come back. Talking sports after the break.
Kraken Knights. Coverage begins at 7 Saturday on My Network TV.
Important news alert.
President Trump endorsed Amanda McKinney for Washington's 4th Congressional District.
President Trump endorsed me because he knows I'm a fighter.
Amanda McKinney will fight to grow our economy and improve affordability, keep our borders secure, advance American energy dominance, and always protect our farmers and families. Trump endorsed Amanda McKinney. America first. Central Washington always. Washington Rising is responsible for the content of this advertising. Check it out.
Win a free mini vacation to Schweitzer in the Apple Valley News Now Stay and Ski giveaway, where the grand prize is 2 nights lodging and 2 days skiing for 2 at Schweitzer. Enter on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. From Schweitzer and Apple Valley News Now.
This is something that I've been dreaming about. I want to be a singer.
And I believe
I can do it.
Being here just means the entire world to me.
You were born to sing.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial House Dermatology Center in Benton City.
Even on an antidepressant, there are days I feel stuck in my head. Depression symptoms like sadness and low energy can hold me back. I wanted to break through. I asked about Vraylar. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant significantly reduces overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, nausea, constipation, insomnia, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
Check out this awesome waterfall that one Native American tribe calls the center of the world.
A barrier broken open, making way for spirits to give their guidance to men.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Friday, it's Live's Viewers' Choice Awards. The best of the best of 2025. Chosen by you, including the reveal of your favorite moment of the year.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is that time of the week once again. Let's dive into those climate numbers, and we'll start off with the seasonal rainfall numbers that we've been tracking since October 1st. So here are the rainfall numbers we've actually seen during that time frame. Here's what you would typically expect during said time frame, and then here are the percentage differences in the form of surpluses and deficits. And unfortunately, now we have about a 10 to 15% seasonal rainfall deficit for the Blue Foothills. We are just barely breaking even in the Yakima Valley, and those surpluses hovering right around 10% for the Kittitas Valley and for the Lower Columbia Basin. These numbers definitely looked a lot better back in December when we had all that rainfall, but now as we've gone, January has just been abnormally dry, and so we have hemorrhaged a lot of that support. But in terms of the water that we actually have in the Yakima Basin right now, if you tallied up what we have in the reservoirs, we have 35% more water than we typically would for this time of the year. So that's good news, right? And it's well above our severe drought benchmark, which is when you have 25% less water than typical for late, in this instance, it would be late January. But here's the rub, okay? We need the snowpack, when it ends up melting in the spring and summer months, we need all of that water to replenish the reservoirs. But the problem with that is we just don't have the snowpack right now. We have 50 to 60% less snow than we typically would for this time of the year in the Yakima Basin. And if you think that's bad, then the numbers for the Blues are even worse. Here's what things look like right now at McKay Dam, 30% less water than we typically would for late January. And that is actually already surpassing the severe drought benchmark. And if you thought the snowpack numbers were bad in the Yakima Basin, for the Umatilla, Walla Walla, and Willow Basins, we're 60 to 70% below where we should be for this time of the year. Nothing about any of these numbers is encouraging, and unfortunately we don't have any rainfall. We don't have any substantial rainfall or snowfall in the forecast over the next 7 days, so these numbers are going to have to get worse before eventually, fingers crossed, they get better. And if they don't, then we could be in a very tough spot as we head into the summer months and as we head into fire season. Okay, very quickly now, your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer, and they're cheering for the snowfall as well. A base depth only of 16 inches at Schweitzer. Then we'll take you down to, this is Ski Blue, the base depth here, only 23 inches. And then for White Pass, only 22 inches, although we do have 5 inches of new snow. So, hey, at least that's something. But again, the forecast staying very dry over the next 7 days. I'll tell you why that's the case coming up in a few minutes.
6:39 now. Talking sports as the Tri-City Americans are putting their mark on the 2026 NHL draft.
3 players from the team made NHL Central Scouting's midseason rankings, including forward Cruz Paveo. And Paveo is just 18 and from Calgary and has been turning heads this season, recently scoring a goal and 3 assists in the American 7-3 win over Moose Jaw, his first career 4-point game.
Now he's racked up 23 points in 37 games representing Team Canada at the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge, helping the red team earn a silver medal.
Yeah, it's a little different. I mean, playing against guys your age, your size, compared to older guys and stuff, being a younger player, but it's really competitive, really skilled there, and it's a really good time. Really fun to represent your country.
And the Americans have a long history of producing NHL talent with 69 draft picks since moving to Kennewick in 1988, including 2025 first-rounder Jackson Smith. And with Paveo and his teammates climbing the draft rankings, it looks like the franchise's reputation as a stepping stone to the NHL is stronger than ever.
And in more sports news this morning, Kamiakin High School's boys track and field coach awarded the Section 8 Coach of the Year.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gables spoke with the state champion coach about the honor.
It's been a pretty successful year for Kyle Schaubel. In the spring, he led the Kamiakin boys track and field team to the school's second ever state championship. And now he's been named the Section 8 Coach of the Year. Section 8 is made up of 6 states in the Pacific Northwest, including Alaska, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming.
It all comes down to our culture with our coaching staff. We have amazing coaches. It's just a privilege to coach with them. With the athletes, they buy in and they're training behind the scenes all year round, not just during the 12-week track season.
To add another layer to the story, he also has another award-winning coach on his staff, who just so happens to be his mother.
He brought an enthusiasm for the guys. He would go in there and challenge them every day. It was almost like a in-your-face kind of thing. Like, oh, I used to do this, and I bet you can't do that. And they took up the challenge.
The team consisted of several special athletes as well. 3 boys have earned spots on Division I college teams, including BYU, Boise State, and Idaho. It created a special season for Kamiakin.
7 school records. It was everybody had to, played a role, and so, from sprinting to hurdles to throws to distance, we all played a role.
His mother Cheryl has a strong resume of her own. She was inducted into the WIAA Hall of Fame for her contributions as an athlete and coach. When she was able to coach her son Kyle, she thought that would be the highlight of her career until she began coaching alongside him.
He loves this job, and so that was another kind of, I'm in awe of that. So it's just super cool.
With state titles and awards earned from last year, it's now time to prepare for another season. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And several members of the track team were also honored last night at the Kennewick School Board meeting.
They were recognized for their 3rd place finish at the Cross Country State Championships.
And keep it here, because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with that full First Alert weather forecast. It's all coming up in just a few minutes.
January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. Early stage cervical cancer can have no symptoms, so start getting tested at age 25. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
I'm a real wild one.
Some days are the fun days. The days you get to go wild.
which makes the Ford Ranger perfect for you. Made to haul, made for the trail, and made for any wild idea you've got. Get a wild deal on a Ranger today. Lease a 2025 Ford Ranger Super Crew 4x4 for just $279 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Experience Las Vegas headliner and America's Got Talent sensation Terry Fader live at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. 2 fun shows, 1 epic night on Saturday, February 14th. The Pure Imagination Show brings comedy, music, and jaw-dropping ventriloquism together for a magical laugh-out-loud performance. Terry Fader brings a night of fun and laughs during this must-see show. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app. Pure Imagination is pure entertainment. See Terry Fader only at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
Are you ready? Welcome to Jewelry Design Center. Locally owned, nationally recognized. Are you ready to be blown away? To be amazed? To be inspired? Are you ready for endless possibilities? An experience like no other. Jewelry Design Center. We want to be your jeweler for life.
Join your Tri-City Americans for Pink Ice Night, Saturday, February 7th at the Toyota Center. The puck drops at 6:05 as the Americans play on pink-colored ice in support of the fight against breast cancer. Special Pink Ice jerseys and exclusive merchandise will be available. That's Pink Ice Night, Saturday, February 7th. Don't miss a meaningful night of hockey.
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our forecast is going to stay unbelievably dry for this time of the year. We'll have a few small shower chances, but the mechanisms behind that are these guys right down here, these blue spinning H's, which indicate areas of high pressure. Yes, these are influencing us even up in the Pacific Northwest. So this either sends storm systems around us or it really breaks apart the storm systems as they get closer to us. And that is exactly what's playing out right in front of our eyes right now on First Alert Radar. You are seeing some moisture moving along a boundary, but there's not very much moisture as it's running into that drier air from the high pressure. So let's go ahead and time out the rest of today with Futurecast Radar. Yes, we could see a few showers for today moving across the region. It's going to be about 10 to 20% chances, except for the Cascades. Rain looking much more likely up that way. And then into this evening, into the late evening, looking much drier. Could be another little round of some light rainfall, at least in the valleys for very early in the morning on Saturday. But the rest of the day on Saturday looking pretty dry, even seeing a decent amount of sunshine, just kind of depending on your microclimate. But then for late Saturday night into early on Sunday morning, here comes another round of rainfall. But when it's all said and done, I'm only going with 10% chances for showers in the Yakima Valley for Sunday and Monday. Not even that for the lower Columbia Basin. And you can see beyond that, just nothing registering on this graphic. So that is obviously not what we want to see, especially with the context I just laid out a couple minutes back with where we're sitting with the drought. And then in terms of high temperatures, staying very mild over the next 7 days. For today, we'll end up in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations. Could have some 30s up in the Cascades. For tonight, all of us dropping down either into the 30s or the 40s, and high temperature is going to continue to stay warmer than normal for this time of the year over the next week. In fact, it looks like the warmest day is probably going to be later next week for the Yakima Valley. So we'll end up in the low 50s, about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal. And then those overnight lows going to hover right around freezing for the next 7 nights. So here is 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances today, then an abnormally dry and mild forecast to start February. For Yakima, we could see small rain chances come back for Sunday and Monday. Then for Ellensburg, the same thing that we're tracking in the Yakima Valley, as small shower chances today and then maybe some more for Sunday and Monday. For Hermiston, maybe a shower or two for today, but then turning dry once again with highs mostly hovering around 50. And finally, for Walla Walla, the possibility of a few light showers Friday and Sunday, but an otherwise dry stretch over the next 7 days. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a family fighting back. It was a shock. This is the moment stirring debate. A 6-year-old in Atlanta leaving his house alone on his scooter to go to a park several blocks away with the consent of his parents. Well, 2 days later, they say they got a visit from child welfare. Mallory Shirley and Christopher Pleasant say they didn't think twice when their son asked to make the ride to show off his new scooter last November.
I was comfortable with him going to the playground because our community is safe, and the playground is actually about 3 blocks away, maybe 4 blocks, and it takes about 2 to 4 minutes to get there. There were parents waiting for him on the other end to get to the playground, and they were texting me when he arrived.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of their story and the parenting debate it's ignited. With your GMA First Look, I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
A diagnosis doesn't define you. Even ATTR cardiac amyloidosis. You've come a long way. Your path was never set in stone. So why would life with ATTR-CM define you? You have the power of choice. Attruby is an oral medicine used to treat adults with ATTR-CM to reduce death and hospitalization related to heart problems. Attruby helps slow the progression of ATTR-CM. People taking Attruby were 50% less likely to be hospitalized for heart issues. Tell your doctor if you're pregnant, plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding, and about the medications you take. The most common side effects were mild and included diarrhea and abdominal pain. If you have ATTR cardiac amyloidosis, ask your cardiologist if Attruby is right for you. It's time to get busy living.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
Time is 6:50. It's time for your morning sprint. We start off with your national headlines. President Trump's disagreements with Canada took a new turn yesterday, and this time it was over aircrafts. On Truth Social, Trump said he will decertify all Canadian-made aircrafts in the U.S. until American-made Gulfstreams are certified in Canada. He also threatened to impose a 50% tariff on all Canadian airplanes sold in the U.S. It's unclear whether Trump has the power to legally do this. The FAA was contacted for comment and will update you once we know more.
6:51 in your business headlines this morning. Elon Musk says Tesla's future won't rely on cars at all. He just said that the company plans to stop making the Model S and Model X in favor of making more of its Optimus humanoid robots. Musk claims the robots could clean homes, perform surgery, and make human labor optional. He even called the robots the key to reaching Mars and ending world poverty. Experts question whether humanoid robots will ever be widely useful, saying they face too many limitations to be practical. Musk didn't say exactly when the company will ramp up production, but his own pay is on the line. Tesla must deliver 1 million Optimus robots within 10 years to unlock his nearly $1 trillion pay package.
In your health headlines, if you're a night owl, you could face a higher risk of heart disease. That's according to a new study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association. Researchers looked at data from over 300,000 middle-aged and older adults in the UK over a period of almost 14 years. Those who said they naturally stayed up late were 79% more likely to have poor overall cardiovascular health and 16% higher risk of developing cardiovascular disease. It's thought to be due at least partially to night owls having more unhealthy habits or risk factors such as poor diet, less exercise, or smoking, and the connection was even stronger for women. To help reduce the risk of heart disease for night owls, experts say try to improve your sleep by keeping sleep and wake times consistent and getting morning light exposure. Also stop smoking and maintain a healthy lifestyle.
3 now, the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. The proposed level 3 sex offender home in Kennewick, it continues to draw pushback from neighbors. The home's operator says a rural Findlay location didn't work, claiming the Benton County Sheriff's Office told him it wasn't an option. But Sheriff Michael Clark says that's not completely accurate. He says his office doesn't have the power to block where the home goes. He also says it's likely the Findlay property just didn't meet resource requirements, but he clarified it was not law enforcement objections. He added that any change would have to come from lawmakers.
And residents in Richland could face potential utility rate increases for the first time in more than a decade. Leaders are currently looking over sewer, stormwater, and solid waste rates, and this comes after a study found current charges no longer cover service costs. They say the increases are necessary to replace aging infrastructure and maintain service levels. No decisions have been made yet, as it will first go through a public review process.
And the Kittitas Valley Fire and Rescue Team are adjusting to some new leadership after appointing Roy Palmer as interim fire chief. The move follows a special meeting by the Board of Commissioners. That's when previous fire chief DJ Goldsmith was placed on administrative leave and then terminated. Palmer brings decades of experience and has served as interim chief multiple times when the department has gone through other transitions. His contract with the fire station is set for a year. And cleanup efforts continue at the Umatilla Marina in Oregon after a fire destroyed 3 of the boats, causing them to release hazardous materials into the water. At this time, 2 boats have been removed, and the last one is expected to be recovered today. Officials say the boat ramp will reopen after that, but marina docks will stay closed for hazmat cleanup, and that's expected to wrap up by February 4th. Regarding the investigation into the fire, it's been handed over to the Oregon State Fire Marshal. Students from at least 5 Tri-Cities high schools say they plan to walk out of class today. The protest is for the actions of ICE. Students at Kamiakin High were the first to organize the protest, saying they got inspiration from last week's walkout at Pasco and Delta high schools. Protests are also organized by students at Richland, Hanford, Kennewick, and Southridge.
Trending now this morning, we're looking at some more Super Bowl ads, and if you care more about the Puppy Bowl like me, this one's for you.
Budweiser's ad is featuring adorable baby animals. Take a look. Hi.
Oh.
Oh, hi. Oh. Oh, the ad shows a little Clydesdale fowl that shelters and helps raise a newly hatched bird. As the bird grows, viewers can see it's an eagle.
Oh.
The spot is called American Icons. Budweiser is celebrating 150 years.
I need a Pixar movie about this.
Yes.
Well, does the ad illustrates the brand's connection to the country's history. Look at all these animals. Oh my gosh. Okay.
How fresh.
Out of all the ones we saw today, what's your favorite so far? I'm going to say the Kendall Jenner one. Just because it's funny.
Yeah, that one is funny, but I do love Parker Posey, baby animals.
Man, they're all good.
I know.
Okay, we'll have to
I think it's going to be easier.
Once the Super Bowl's over.
Yeah, it's going to be easier to go, I didn't like that one, or that one didn't hit.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be more good than bad.
Yeah. And we'll keep taking a look as they release more. And Josh, how's it looking outside? Get us out the door.
It's looking a little foggy out there.
Is it still wet out there?
It's a little misty. It's a little damp out there, but thankfully the temperatures are above freezing, so we're not dealing with the potential for those slick roadways like we were over the past couple mornings. But still, definitely some threats to be seen with the fog out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Visibility looking pretty lousy right now from Pendleton, extending all the way up the interstate into the valleys for the basin, and then up into the Cascades as well. So if you are if you're anywhere in the viewing area, in essence, for this morning, you're probably going to run into some rather thick fog. Take it slow and use the low beams, all the stuff we always tell you around this time of the year. Temperatures out there, 30s and 40s, mostly above freezing. We might be running into some slick roads up in the Cascades, but lower elevations not dealing with that. First alert radar not showing you much for now, but we could have some showers, a low in chance from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the Tri-Cities. It's definitely not going to be a washout for today. As for lower elevations, we're going to end up in the 40s and 50s, mostly dry, and it looks as if the big thing over the next 7 days will just be the fog that we could have for tomorrow morning. Maybe that could extend into Sunday morning as well, but keeping it dry, keeping it mostly dry, keeping it pretty mild.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America's up next. We're back tonight with your local news and weather.
Have a great day.